The Kamala Harris squad and goon of corporate media interests are preparing for the debate, which is going to be happening tomorrow. Guys, I will be covering that debate, obviously. The analysis will probably come out the following day, but what's interesting to see is the way they're already starting to frame this. And so what they're doing now is just, they're showing their cards. They're showing that we're not going to treat him fairly. We're not interested in intellectual honesty or exchanges between people that are based on respect and normal social interaction. What you're about to see here from ABC is them essentially admit that they are preparing to frame him in a light that is relentlessly reminding people that he is the enemy. So guys, Trump is walking into a lion's den here, or maybe it's a hyena den. So we need a more effeminate, deranged animal, one that panders to communism. I don't know what type of animal in the animal kingdom that would be, because none of them are that guilty, right? Maybe mosquitoes because they're blood-sucking. We need more taxes. But the point is, they're already admitting that they plan to be fully corrupt, and that's quite an eerie thing to see. Now, one more thing I will say before I just play the video is that I think one reason that we're seeing an increase in the admitted corruption before the election is that the media feels jaded as a result of them losing over the last few months. There is viral data going on right now, especially on X, where people are pointing out how enormously the media is dying. And with that dying, those who wield the media as an arm for political power, and let's just be honest, a co-opted arm of the left-wing authoritarian government, they feel angry that they're losing that power, and so they think to themselves, why not just fully admit that we're corrupt?
Less than 2 months until Election Day, all eyes will be right here on ABC tomorrow night when Vice President Kamala Harris and former...
They're very proud of the fact that all eyes are going to be on us because we're bringing in essentially outside influence from the internet space, which is where the true relevance lies. Oh my gosh, we're going to be relevant for a day again. Aha!
Ready for the big night, ABC Chief.
I think it is kind of weird that the place that they're holding it at looks like a jail facility. And it's called the National Constitution Center, which is very ironic considering the left hates the Constitution.
White House correspondent Mary Bruce and our chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl. Good to see you guys.
What's funny too is that they hate it so much that they openly rail against Elon Musk providing free speech and promise to censor him. That is part of the presidential agenda for Harris if she wins, is she wants to enact more censorship online, and she's admitted to this in 4K.
Mary, we'll start with you. You're in Pittsburgh where the vice president is getting ready for the big night. Can you tell us about her prep and how she's getting ready?
It's like they're talking about LeBron James or something. Can you tell us how our favorite celebrity's preparing to beat the big bad evil guy?
Yeah, well, DeMarco, behind these hotel doors, Kamala Harris is now hunkered down, getting ready for what will no doubt be a defining moment in this race. And she is
getting ready. They're essentially just prepping her with emotional triggers and femme-centric slander tactics, because to them, debating just means using emotional 75 IQ gotcha moments, not disagreeing on policy. As a matter of fact, what's crazy is that they're about to come out and say she's not ready to talk about any policies. She is just trying to, well, you're about to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Taking this prep pretty seriously. We know she is holding these mock debate sessions. They've even set up a full stage with full TV lighting here for these rehearsals. And she's actually being prepared and being given the help of some of the advisors who helped Hillary Clinton prep for her 2016.
Oh, that's good. Oh, we good. The people that helped the previous boss queen try to beat the alpha masculine billionaire. Yeah, out of everyone that we could have to coach us, who should we bring in? How about the coaches for the losing side? Guys, reality's not important to them because they think that reality should have to bend and cater to their whims. And their whims are that women are boss queens and that women should win no matter what, because men are bad, especially masculine billionaire men. They're the worst. So they shouldn't have to be competent to beat them. This is the reason why they're bringing in the losing team to coach them. We need a team of boss queens. Well, we lost before. It doesn't matter. We just need a team of boss queens.
16 debate with Donald Trump, including one advisor who is now playing the role of the former president in these mock debate sessions. And of course, Kamala Harris, we know she's an experienced debater. She was known during her days up on Capitol Hill for those pointed
True. Kamala Harris is known as an experienced debater. Oh my gosh, that is definitely her identity. We must be unburdened by what has been, and that our Constitution is really a thing where you should think about it in a sense that it has an aspect to it where to boss queens who are on the left, reality doesn't have to apply because it's oppressive and discriminatory.
Changes in so many hearings, but the campaign is quick to note
this election is truly a battle between the degenerate femininity that animates the left and competent masculinity which embodies reality.
That this is fundamentally different. This will be Donald Trump's 7th presidential debate. It will be
What's going to be super cringe about this debate is that there's going to be a lot of cheering women that are cheering on emotional triggers if there is a crowd. instead of people cheering on ideas that make sense or things that pertain to reality or problems that are existing right now that need to be solved. Like when Kamala Harris, for instance, is going to make some sort of snide remark about how he's a man and how men are bad or something like that, you know there's going to be like an applause break for 15 seconds of the boss queens being like, I buy cat food on the weekends, yes, yay! Because a solid 25% of the population are just jaded women that care about doing battle with reality itself for holding them accountable.
Kamala Harris is first, and as you noted there, this is the first time the two of them are ever actually coming face to face. They've never met before. So the goal here for Kamala Harris is really to outline her proposals, to continue to reintroduce herself to voters before Trump has a chance to do it for her, and then to pivot and go.
Reintroduce herself to voters. The acknowledgement that she already is in power, and yet the messaging coming from their campaign is, we need to have a new start, a new try. You've been in office for 4 years. Oh my gosh.
Go on the attack. She really wants to highlight what she believes is Donald Trump's failed record, the campaign hoping to counter.
See, this is where it gets crazy. ABC is just coming out and openly admitting that they're corrupt. What do you mean failed record? You're supposed to be an impartial debate holder, and you're just you're just saying on a show. So it's so arrogant. You're saying on a show that's going to get less than 100,000 views that Trump's record is somehow failed, as if that's a fact. When in comparison to the left, he's the best president we've had in 100 years. The left's record is so utterly failed that the polls are showing Trump has a 63% chance of winning right now. The left is so failed that they have average liberals, moderates, openly endorsing Trump because there is no other path forward, because the left's ideas are so, honestly, their ideas are meant to do war with reality itself and to damage civilization out of spite, if you want to know the truth. But it is so neurotic, it is so degenerately feminine, it is so psychopathic, it is so narcissistic to have them to hear like the debate holder, which is supposed to be unbiased, say that Trump's record has failed as if that's a fact. It's disgusting.
Some of what they believe is some Trump amnesia out there among voters, and yet.
Oh yeah, Trump amnesia. Believe me, we don't have amnesia. We remember how good it was. That's how we know how bad it is now. Dude, these people want you to believe that when you go to buy groceries, it's not like you're paying twice as much for half as much food now. It's actually so psychopathic. And you recently saw them bragging on X about how all the top S&P 100 company CEOs were endorsing Kamala, as if that's a good thing. I thought they're supposed to be the party of the little people. They're supposed to be the party of the working American. But in actuality, they just proved that Trump's the party of working Americans. Now, I do know a lot of people in the top 1%, and a lot of them are voting for Trump, but definitely the right has now been the movement for the average person. Oh, but it's okay because we raised the minimum wage to $25 an hour. Why are you complaining? I thought we're the good guys. Anyway, yeah, bananas cost $8 now.
Yes, guys, she wants to go on the attack, and she wants to get under Donald Trump's skin. The challenge there, though, is...
Oh my gosh. It's actually so bizarre that they are talking about him as if he's a child when they're the ones acting juvenile. It is literally juvenile to admit that your debate tactic is to try to get under his skin rather than discuss ideas in a merit-based hierarchy. But of course that's their tactic. Oh my gosh, quickly, we need to call him a man because that's synonymous with bad these days. We need to call him a billionaire because we know that's bad. We need to call him masculine. Oh, and racist, of course. We need to call him maybe deplorable. Oh, never mind. That didn't work before. Anyway, we're being advised by the people that thought that would work. Anyway, that's cognitive dissonance. Moving on. We need to call him. You see what I'm saying? Their brains don't function.
Is how she can successfully bait Donald Trump without getting baited herself, guys.
All right.
Bro, it's so bizarre to actually hear the debate holder, which is supposed to be unbiased, say things like, I wonder how the right side is going to bait the wrong side because, we have to get the wrong side to look bad. Trump is walking into a hornet's nest, but he does have a lot more experience than Kamala does because, well, literally had presidential debates, but also he's a competent man, and she is, by definition, an incompetent woman, and was selected because she's an incompetent woman.
All right, John, we have to ask, though, because, Donald Trump very famously says he doesn't do traditional debate prep. What are you hearing about how he's preparing for this night?
Well, he doesn't look...
They're asking some sort of a random liberal lawyer in a suit. How do you think, just out of the top of your head, how do you think Trump's preparing? They're not asking Lex Friedman, who literally interviewed Trump and asked him that very question in front of literally tens of millions of people. They're not interested in truth. Watch, the answer is going to be some sort of snide attack, some sort of cowardly, childish attack against Trump's character.
little more than he lets on. A little more. Look, you heard Mary describe the Kamala Harris process. I mean, they literally go in and build an exact replica of our debate stage. They videotape it so they can
Kamala good, Kamala competent, Trump bad, Trump not smart.
watch how those angles look, how the cutaway, how the two shots look, how the lighting works, how the walkout works. Trump does none of that, but he does sit around with a team of advisors who mentioned he has done 6 general election presidential debates. This will be his 7th. That will be a record in American history. No other president has done so many general election debates.
You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to paint Kamala as the underdog without saying that Trump is competent. That's what they're trying to do here. Because again, of course, they have to be the victims no matter what. Because to be a victim is to be a good person. So they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. They're trying to say, oh, we're the dominant side, we're the good side, we're the smart side, we're the competent side, but also we're the underdogs, we're the victims, we're the oppressed ones. Anyway, yeah, all the Fortune 100 CEOs are endorsing us, but we're the oppressed ones. Being on the left means fundamentally having cognitive dissonance when it comes to interpreting objective reality, because objective reality goes counter to all the presuppositions in their ideology.
The truth of the matter is, his team around him are drilling into his head as much as they can that if he sticks to the issues, if he compares the Trump record with the Biden-Harris record,
Wow, they're actually saying that out loud?
they believe. If he sticks to the issues where the polls show he has
If he talks about the issues, he'll automatically win because he's so much better.
an advantage over Kamala Harris, the immigration,
What they're saying there too is that Kamala Harris is incompetent.
inflation, the economy,
Everything.
he will win this debate. And if he goes off on personal attacks, he's in problematic grounds.
I disagree. He absolutely should conduct personal attacks.
Mary, there was
Because the left is already doing that. The very platform that the debate is being held on is preparing to do
There's
that.
a lot of back and forth with the rules. The mics are going to be off while the candidates aren't speaking. What can we make of all the back?
Dude, the sterilization, it's like they're trying to clip his balls. Dude, it says so much that the left-wing platform, and that's what it is, the left-wing platform, thinks the ideal way to have a debate is to remove masculine tendencies from the discourse, meaning interruption, meaning assertive statements that aren't controlled, that aren't rehearsed, that don't make you feel warm and fuzzy. We need to get rid of anything that's not like that. Statements that make you feel uncomfortable. We need to get rid of all of that. Again, the left seeks to make reality in the image of their ideology, and their ideology is neurotically, degenerately feminine.
Back and forth over the rules of the microphones.
Yeah, look, it certainly is not unusual for the campaigns to spar and go back and forth over the rules for these kinds of things. But remember, of course, these were the same rules that we saw in the last debate. Of course, that was between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. These were the rules that the Biden campaign had agreed to going forward. And I think there is some concern now amongst the Harris campaign that this may allow Donald Trump to seem more tempered, to seem more in control. I think they were looking forward in some ways for him being a little bit more freewheeling. And now that the microphones will...
Yeah, right. Trump definitely doesn't want the microphones muted, because then he would walk all over her face, and they know that. Because masculinity dominates femininity in literally every single aspect.
will be muted when the candidate is not speaking. They are...
And the fact that they're talking about this means that they're trying to console and reassure all the single mothers, which are like, oh my gosh, but what if the masculine tendencies get in the way of our neurotic, degenerate femininity? She wouldn't be able to, have her little emotional moments. They're trying to be like, calm down, Betsy, calm down. We'll get to have boss queen moments because the alpha competent man won't be able to interrupt us when we try to do that.
Worried that may be to Donald Trump's benefit. But of course, remember, the two of them are still going to be standing side by side on that debate stage. There will be plenty of opportunity for them to interact and for us to see a very real debate here, guys.
And one thing is for certain, the world will be watching.
It's not, dude, only in a degenerately feminine psyche is a real debate or a real exchange existing when only the woman can talk and the man can't talk. Because what that means is Kamala Harris could say anything to Trump on the debate stage. When his mic is muted, he can't respond. Or if he does respond, no one can hear him. But that is literally the image they want to make society in. Men don't have a voice. Degenerate femininity is all that matters. This is the reason we have to beat them, because this is an existential threat to civilization. By the way, guys, I really appreciate all the subscribers and new viewers that are coming in from me exposing degenerate femininity in many different contexts, like the dating video that I uploaded 2 days ago. We gained like 45 subscribers in one day and got like 3,000 views from that video. So I want to say I appreciate all of you, and I will continue to deliver more content on that topic, because all the attacks on civilization are fundamentally founded in childish emotional resentment. In some cases, the resentment is not just childish, it's also deeply evil. But it's no accident that proclivity to abide in left-wing tyranny has been measured to positively correlate with a feminine personality. And that's why exposing corrupt, degenerate femininity is so important. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow.